So give us a little bit of secret sauce for the people listening who run their own school communities. They're looking at you, number three, of engagement on the whole thing, number one business community. Like, what has worked for you? What hasn't worked? What mistakes have you made? Give us a little bit of school specific gold there.
The biggest tip I can give people is care. Don't care about the money, care about impacting lives. The more you give, the more you'll get. And you'll get that in every area of your life, of fulfillment, of joy, and just, it's such amazing blessing. And the money will just be the whatever, but the more you give and the more you just pour, and I just pour into my community every day. I just pour so much love and belief and vision into them because I want them to feel unstoppable. And whatever anybody is promoting, if they can help somebody feel unstoppable, together you can win. But if you go into creating a community that you want to make money, I want this, I want to be a millionaire and things like that, it will never, that is like, that repels people. But if you go in pouring on people with a big heart and caring, that will just attract people from all over the world. And that's all we do. We're just pure heart. Yeah.
I mean, I have other questions here, but I feel like that's probably the best way to end we're ever going to get. Outside of everything you've shared, Michele, is there any other advice you'd give to people listening? Maybe they haven't figured out what their niche is yet. Maybe they're struggling to set up their funnel. Particularly people at the start of their journey. What would you say to them to get to that point where it's a daily paying business that you talk about?
I mean, patience and consistency, and, realize there's resistance in everything, right? If you're going to go lift weights, you got to have that resistance or you'll never have the muscle. And we live in I call it a microwave society. Like, we are now getting mad that it takes a minute and 20 seconds to heat up popcorn in a microwave. It's
too long. I don't know why they make it like that. It's infuriating.
And it's like, I always tell people all the time, I'm like, go back your last 5 years. Have you been able to make $1 million in the last 5 years? If the answer is no, think about this. Because if you right now to this day can learn how to make $600 a day, that's $219,000 a year. In 5 years, you're a millionaire.
Absolutely.
Be patient, have heart, truly care about helping people, know who your perfect customer is, and actually love them so much that your heart would smile when they had success. That's my biggest tips.
It's great. Most challenging moment over the last 17 months?
Is you always get haters,
right.
And
especially on TikTok.
Especially on TikTok. And you've got to get that skin of a rhinoceros, and you got to think, like, you don't know what state they're in their head, and you just can't take it personal. And I just love on everybody, and I know if somebody comes at me, they're dealing with something that I have no idea, and I feel really bad for them. And that's been the hardest part, because I'm a lover. You can't have 6 kids and 5 grandkids and not be a lover, right? And so when I kind of get the little, I'm like, why are people mean? So that's been the hardest part. But,
yeah. Cool. Final question. Is there anything that you feel like you could have done the last 17 months that could have got you here sooner, easier? Any area that we could learn from as we embark on our journey to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, gosh, that is such a good question. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have wanted it to happen faster because the journey is not about the money. It's not about the size of the community. It's the person I had to become to have this size of a community and to have this type of money. And so sometimes I think people rush things, but they mentally aren't equipped for it. You haven't raised your standards to achieve that. I tell people all the time, the difference of your income now to where it's going to be is your skill level and your standards. And so you've got to give that time to achieve that. But the moment you do, everything is going to happen. And so I just was really glad that I embraced my pace. I knew the vision. I knew where I wanted, and I knew where I want to take people. And it's just changed everything.
Do you know what's so interesting, Michele? For people who've been listening to this show closely, they will already, the little alarm bells will be going off in their head, realizing, Oh, this is the fifth person that said that.
That's a clue. Success leaves clues.
You know, and it's all different. You know, we just got off the phone with an incredible 23-year-old guy from Wales. I think their agency's doing like 500,000 a month. And his final answer to this question was, you know, I was going to do a Welsh accent. I'll not butcher it. He was like, you know, I just realized that I just needed to become the type of person who could make 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month. And now you're saying, and I'm like, oh, okay. We get it.
Yeah. It's the truth. Yep.